Hello everyone, my name is Lin Kexiang. So today, along with Li Mingyuan, En Tim Fang, Hen Jiamin and Kevin Chong, we are going to talk about our topic, which is water pollution in Malaysia, and our target destination will be in Johor. Comprising over 70% of the Earth's surface, water is undoubtedly the most precious natural resource that exists on our planet. Without the water life, Earth would be non-existent. It is essential for everything on our planet to grow and prosper. However, water quality issues are a major challenge that humanity is facing in the 21st century. Human intervention in major river systems such as dams and reservoirs have occupied the water resources and caused the water quality to be reduced. Poorer water quality means water pollution. Water pollution can be defined in many ways. Usually, it means one or more substances have built up in water to such an extent that they cause problems to the animals or people. Water resources in Malaysia are abundant and available throughout the year. The main water resources in Malaysia are from groundwater, lakes, rainwater, marine water, and most of the sources are from rivers. Besides, Malaysia receives an average annual rainfall of 3,000 mm. However, Malaysia is experiencing rapid urbanization and population growth. These factors seriously harm the water quality in Malaysia. Damage to river systems, degradation of their quality and ability to perform important functions bring about major consequences, leading to long-term economic losses and affecting the population's quality of life as a whole. Johor has been listed as one of the states which have several polluted rivers that have severely affected the life of the people around. The incident of Kim Kim River toxic pollution in 2019, Tukan River, which consistently listed as Class 5 river, and so on, have proven the level of pollution is reached to a peak that need to take a serious look.
Hi everyone, my name is Li Mingyuan. Today, I'm going to talk about the water pollution in Johor. Water pollution is a serious problem in Malaysia because it brings negative impacts in the sustainability of water resources. Department of Environment, as known as DOE, classify the rivers into 5 classes, which are Class 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Class 1 is the river that has the highest reading of water quality index, while Class 5 has the lowest reading of water quality index. Higher reading of water quality index indicates cleaner river it is. In fact, Johor is facing severe water pollution issues. In 2017, DOE had monitored 477 rivers in Malaysia. The data from the Environmental Quality Report done by DOE shows that 219 rivers, or 46% of these rivers, were found to be clean. 207 rivers, or 43% of these rivers, were slightly polluted, and 51 rivers, or 11% of these rivers, were polluted. From the report, Johor has the biggest share of polluted rivers in Malaysia, of the rivers nationwide classified as polluted. The state is home to 27 rivers, or more than half of the rivers, with 12 Class 3 rivers, 14 Class 4 rivers, and 1 Class 5 river. Johor is the state that contains the most polluted river in Malaysia. According to the Environmental Quality Report 2017, DOE had monitored 78 rivers in Johor. Among them, 14 of them were clean, 37 were slightly polluted, and 27 were polluted. At the late February 2019, there were a total of 25 dead rivers in Malaysia from just 1 in 2017. 16 of these rivers are in Johor, which equals to 64% of the dead rivers. These rivers were categorized under Class 5. A Class 5 river is too dirty and no living thing can survive in it, not even for irrigation. This figure shows the 16 dead rivers in Johor. Now, let's talk about the top 5 polluted rivers in Malaysia. All of these rivers located in Johor, and they are all from Johor Bahru district. These rivers are Sungai Tukang Batu, Sungai Buloh, Sungai Sengkuang, Sungai Tampoy, and Sungai Tebrang. Sungai Tukang Batu is the most polluted river in Malaysia. It runs partly under a highway in the industrial area of Pasir Gudang, Johor, then disappears into a port. In the Environmental Quality Report of 2017, it is the only dead river recorded. Sungai Tukang Batu continues to hold the record for having the worst water quality index with a reading of 22. Therefore, the water pollution in Johor is a very crucial problem and should be solved immediately.
Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Chong. Nowadays, people only know that a river is polluted, but they don't know how much it had been polluted. Actually, water pollution is classified into 5 classes. Today, I will explain to you what would be the factors that affect the class of water pollution in Malaysia. In Malaysia, the Department of Environment (DOE) has been continuously conducting a program to monitor the river water quality, which is to determine the status of river water quality and to detect changes of quality. The Water Quality Index (WQI) is used to indicate the class of pollution and the corresponding suitability in terms of water users according to the National Water Quality Standard for Malaysia. The WQI takes into consideration parameters including dissolved oxygen, biochemical oxygen demand, chemical oxygen demand, ammoniacal nitrogen, suspended solid, and the pH value. As you can see from this table, every parameter has their specific range of value for each class. However, along all the parameters, biochemical oxygen demand (BOD), ammoniacal nitrogen, and suspended solid remain to be significant in terms of river pollution. Thus, these are the main factors that affect the class of water pollution in river. High BOD can be attributed to inadequate treatment of sewage or effluents from agro-based and manufacturing industry. Besides, ammoniacal nitrogen is a toxic pollutant often found in landfill leachate and in waste products such as domestic sewage, animal farming, liquid manure, and other liquid organic waste products. As for suspended solid, they are mostly made up of inorganic material, which include anything drifting or floating in the water from sediment, silt, and sand to plankton and algae. Sources for suspended solid are mainly from illegal disposal of domestic waste, improper earthwork, and land clearing activities. For example, in the year 2019, a tanker lorry had dumped oil, waste, and sludge from a tire recycling factory into Sungai Kim Kim in Pasir Gudang. They found a cocktail of toxins, including a colorless liquid commonly secreted when tires are recycled. This issue may affect the water quality in the river temporarily changed from class 3 to class 5. Another river that had been polluted was Sungai Skudai, which is due to a foam formation is floating on top of the river water. This is because ammonia level have been elevated due to the dry weather factor that have hindered the dilution of river. Besides, Sungai Skudai also facing another big challenge with the amount of suspended solid. From the Environmental Quality Report 2017, Sungai Skudai have been classified into 3rd and 4th class. This is due to the act of disposing of domestic waste directly into the river, continuous drainage of commercial and industrial activities, influence from waste treatment plant, and non-systematic drainage system.
Hey guys, we are going to talk about the impacts of water pollution. Before we start, I would like to show you a video about the incident of Sungai Kim Kim that happened last year.
This incident was happened in Sungai Kim Kim, started on March 2019. After several students and canteen workers from 2 schools near the river began to fall ill and complaining of breathing difficulties. Both schools were ordered to shut down and all the victims were sent to Sultan Ismail Hospital while investigations being carried out by state authorities over the cause. On 11 March and 12 March, The second and third wave of air poisoning took effect, with further 200 victims being hospitalized. And then it escalated to more than thousands victims, with 8 admitted into ICU. It is also reported that aquatic species in river died due to chemical discharge. The incident was caused by illegal dumping of chemicals, including acrolein, acrylonitrile, ethylbenzene, hydrogen chloride, D-limonene, toluene, and xylene. Eventually, these chemicals combine with the water and emits poisonous fumes. The spread of the fumes is aided by hot weather, combined with strong winds that makes more people to become sick. If inhaled, it can cause headache, nausea, fainting, and breathing difficulty. The incident of Sungai King alarms the awareness of public towards the water pollution. However, the chemicals is not the only pollutant. Another major concern is the concentration of metal in the water. And among 35 metals which threatening human health, 23 of them are heavy metals. While looking into the developed country, heavy metal pollution in water is an unescapable result due to the industrialization. Eventually, humans can be exposed to heavy metals through direct consumption of water. Other than that, heavy metals such as mercury can enter into human body through the food that has been raised in polluted water, where the heavy metals readily bioaccumulate in vegetables and prey and intake by humans and predators. The effects of heavy metal on humans are numerous, ranging from irritation, severe headache, stomachache, diarrhea, vomiting, to organ dysfunction such as cirrhosis, necrosis, low blood pressure, and hypertension. Other than that, unhygienic condition of water can breed pathogens inside it. The pathogens can be in forms of bacteria, protozoa, and virus. They are the agents of waterborne disease. Some of the disease may only cause discomfort, such as diarrhea, whereas some of them can be fatal, like SARS and cholera. How water pollution affect our ecosystem? The comparison of Sungai King in 2012 and in 2017. The river used to be clear and full of fish, compared to the situation now, where the water in 2/3 of upper stretch is like thick black sauce. The pollution leads to turbidity in river and makes fish harder to look for the food. It also disrupts the food chain in the area, as the pollution kills most of the species in water and the birds are unable to hunt in this river. Furthermore, the organic waste is diluted by bacteria in water through biochemical process. This could be dangerous when there is plenty of waste, as the process can consume a lot of dissolved oxygen and results in high oxygen demand in water. Eventually, the other aquatic lives in the river will be killed by the low oxygen level in water.
Indeed, I have come across several innovative solutions which can be used to solve the river pollution here in Johor. The first one is the Sea-Beam project. The Sea-Beam is a trash skimmer that acts as a floating garbage bin skimming the water surface. It can intercept floating debris, macro and microplastics, and even microfibers with an additional filter. The Sea-Beam is also equipped with oil absorbent pads, and hence it is able to absorb surface oils and detergent. Water is sucked in from the surface and passes through a catchback inside the Sea-Beam. The water is then pumped back into the river, leaving trash and debris trapped in the catchback. The second innovation would be the Ocean Cleanup Interceptor. The interceptor is the ocean cleanup's first scalable solution to prevent plastic from entering the world's oceans from rivers. It is 100% solar powered, extracts plastic autonomously, and is capable of operating in the majority of the world's most polluted rivers. River waste flowing with the current is guided by the barrier towards the opening of the interceptor. The current moves the debris onto a conveyor belt, which continuously extracts the debris from the water and delivers the waste to the shuttle.
A shuttle automatically distributes the debris across 6 dumpsters. Using sensor data, the containers are filled equally until they reach full capacity. When the interceptor is almost full, it automatically sends a text message to the local operators to come and collect the waste. Operators then remove the barge, bring it to the side of the river, empty the dumpsters, send off the debris to local waste management facilities, and lastly return the barge back to the interceptor. So road ahead, what can NGO do to solve the river pollution problem? I've come across this river care program initiated by Global Environment Center GAC, where the goal is to protect, conserve, and promote living rivers, restoration and rehabilitation of rivers and other water bodies. Generally, GAC focuses on rehabilitation and community development as well as environmental education and training. They have wide knowledge and experience in rivers, mangroves and forest rehabilitation work. They focus on ecological approach to encourage ecosystem recovery and community involvement to create long-term sustainability. As for environmental education, they believe taking action is the key to protect the environment. Therefore, GEC adopt the civic science concept to bring thought by giving people the awareness, knowledge and most importantly the skills to involve themselves in environmental protection. As for the government, what can they actually do to solve the river pollution problem? I think the first thing that they can do is to amend the current Environmental Quality Act in a way that it imposes stiffer penalties for those guilty of environmental pollution. A trust fund can also be set up to reward whistleblowers for effective enforcement. Not only this, the state government has to draft act that punishes the authority if the inspector himself was found guilty of receiving corruptions. The reason why I think state government should really prohibit the construction of new chemical factories is because chemical dumping was the key cause that led to severe river pollution at Pasir Gudang. Besides prohibiting the construction of new chemical factories, the authorities such as Department of Environment DOE Johor needs to regularly carry out monitoring works to inspect if the existing factories and premises are following the regulations set in terms of types of chemicals discharged and the amount discharged. The authority can also perhaps deploy water quality sensors all over the polluted rivers to ease monitoring work. Last but not least, government needs to provide monetary support to NGO like JEC as they are experienced and they have the knowledge and capacity to run all kinds of river protection programs. To sum everything up, we cannot take water resource for granted even if it is still largely available. It is because most of the water resource available on Earth are not consumable. If we do not take care of the small portion which is consumable, we will be the ones who suffer from the consequences not long from now. And even the aquatic lives will lose their lives innocently as a result of our irresponsible act. Let's work together and protect this precious resource. Thank you.